Hello, boils and ghouls, and everyone creepy in between. This is another episode of the Average Ghost Mom podcast. And guess what?
Hello.
So, yeah, I have a guest with me today. As of course, this is the interview episode. I have my mom, Mickey.
Hello. How is everyone doing?
My mom is so nice. Okay, I'll preface this. I have no idea if any of my alarms are turned on right now. We are recording on the 4th of July, and I think I turned off all my work alarms. I have no idea. So, y'all, if something goes off, it's not my fault. It is my fault, but it's not my fault. Mom, do you have any alarms that might go off while we're
No,
recording around lunch?
I shouldn't. It's a Friday. I am alarm free on Friday.
Oh, good.
So, but I did want to say happy 4th of July to everyone, to all
Yes.
your listeners, because this is very cool. It's a very gorgeous day out here.
It's hot, but yeah.
Well,
I'm an indoor girly. I'm an indoor girly.
thank
So,
goodness we got new air conditioning then.
I got 4 bug bites so far, all being up here because my parents spend time outside. They enjoy the back porch, and I don't enjoy the back porch. So, but let's go on. Let's roll into this. So, Mickey is your name.
Yes, Kristana.
Mickey, not like the mouse. Mickey with an IE at the end.
Yes. I do not have a tail, but I probably have big ears. I've just never noticed.
Oh my gosh. How old are you?
I am old enough to know better, but still young enough to barely be cute.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. Um, you are born in December, so that makes you a Sagittarius.
Absolutely.
That's
I am a
fun.
terrific Sagittarius.
You are. You do hold some traits of a Sagittarius.
I do. I'm a little crazy. Isn't it kind of a naturey? No, it's a fire element Sagittarius is, isn't it?
I don't know. I could look it up really fast.
Huh.
What
So
element?
I don't remember all the time, but
Oh,
I
it is
know
a
it's
fire
Saturn.
sign.
It is a fire sign. I am hot with two T's, not one.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
You're a fire sign. I always thought
I
a
think it's under
Sag.
the Saturn moon, if I remember right.
That's specific to you. That's specific to like your specific day of being born.
Oh,
hmm
very cool.
Depends on your moon, your sun, and your rising. It depends on like the literal time that you were born. So, and I
Okay.
don't know any of that. I can't keep up with any of that for myself right now. So I just know
Oh, we'll have to talk about that thought later. We have to wrap around to this thought later.
later.
Yeah, because then yeah, I have to. I remember. I just remembered something, and I'm like, oh yeah, we were going to talk about that later. So I can't talk about that now. So
We'll talk
sorry.
about it later.
Perfect.
So where are you from? You can be as specific or as
Oh,
general as you want to be. I've accidentally kind of triangulated you guys here. So,
well, I'm born and raised in Nebraska. I mean, if you know
hmm
anything about me, I'm a Nebraska rural community kid. I don't like big cities to live in. Um, I I tried to live in Omaha, and within the first month, I gave myself a migraine because I didn't realize that 4:30 traffic is one of the busiest traffics of the day, and you shouldn't be driving in the middle of it
4:30
down
p.m.
down Dodge, so which is one of the streets in Omaha.
hmm
Yes, I even got sick once, so
Oh my gosh.
I was 19.
Oh my, you were 19 living on your own in Omaha?
Yeah.
How much was your rent for your apartment at the time?
Do you really want to know?
I do want to know. I'm
It shocks people when I talk about it.
genuinely curious because like I know that your apartment building was like the weird triangle one,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah, and but then being back in like the early to mid 1990s in Omaha, what was your
Mid to late 90s, and I had a studio apartment.
Oh, you had a studio?
It was great. It
Was
had
it
a
brick
huge,
walls?
well, no, it was plaster.
Oh, okay.
It was cute. I liked it. I didn't need a whole lot. And it was 280 a month. It
$280 a
was
month for an apartment?
yes. And it was in downtown Omaha.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was well, I guess I'll talk about it a little bit because not a lot of people will realize what's happening. But anyway, so the apartment complex at the time was called Roerig Apartments, and it was off of 24th and St. Mary's,
okay.
which is one block off of which is by 24th and Jones Street, which I was told by a bunch of police officers that I used to know that that's not the street you want to be hanging out at night at. And so they're like, you
Ooh,
have to go be home.
you have a curfew, ma'am.
Yeah, 8:30.
8:30?
I had some Omaha police officer friends at that time that were like, you have to be 8:30. I'm like,
8:30.
serious.
Well, I always tell Josh nothing good happens after 9.
So, well,
But then he comes back and says, I think some pretty good things happen after 9. And I'm like, babe, no, I mean out. 8:30. Nothing good happens after 8:30 in 1990 downtown Omaha.
so yes. And now this apartment complex is the name is now called The View. And they're having issues to where they got shut down because it's in deplorable state. So, and a
Goodness.
lot of people are getting kicked out of these apartments and having to find emergency services homes and stuff
Wow.
because there's lead paint, chipping paint, and bugs and stuff and
Ooh.
things not working. And I'm like, I thought it was functional and good when it was under the old
When you were
and when
19.
I was 19, and now it's just gone downhill. And of course it's changed ownerships. And
Yeah.
so, yes, but I thought it was a great little place when I was 19, and
I
I
feel
mean,
that.
$280
That's
was pretty good. If I wanted a bedroom, a one-bedroom apartment,
mhm.
350.
Wow. That's kind of a jump. That's $70 for a bedroom.
Yeah, and I didn't need a bedroom. I thought
No.
350 was expensive,
Yeah.
especially when average pay was $8 to $10 an hour. I was doing security for Westroads Mall, and I think it was $8 to $10 an hour when I was 19.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You were a 19-year-old security guard?
Yes, I
You was
was.
a little thing back then too, Mom.
Yes, I was.
Dang.
But I could run, and boy, if I had to, I could hog tie anyone and kick their butt that way.
You're so
I
funny.
might not be able to throw a punch, but there are other things you can do.
So that's a great segue. So you used to be a mall cop,
Yeah.
and then you met, and then that's when you went and you worked at the VCA, right?
I
Or did you work at Werner's and then VCA?
Right before I did security, I worked for Warner Brothers Studio Stores, and then I
Oh,
did
that's when
security
you met Dad, was when you were working
at
for
Warner's.
Werner's,
Yep.
and then you got into being mall security.
Yes. And then
Cool.
I did the VCA Animal Hospital.
Yeah, VCA, you weren't a vet tech. You were
No, I was administrative assistant basically.
gotcha. That's cool. Worked at
Yes.
a veterinary clinic, and then you became a stay-at-home mom for a little bit,
I did. Yes. Yep.
and then the bowling alley happened.
Yes,
Oof,
yes, it did.
that is a
You
book we're
know,
gonna keep. We just might keep that book on the shelf.
that is 9 years of interesting.
It is. It
There
was
was there was a lot of learning. There are some things we might not like about those 9 years, but there were some great things we do like about those 9 years.
definitely when I look back on that, I definitely say, like, in hindsight, I'm very appreciative. In the moment, I hated every day of it.
Absolutely, you did, and I felt bad for that,
But
but
in hindsight, now, like, I've gotten to become, like, an adult now, like, I see things differently and I understand things differently because, I mean, crap, you look at the people, you look you're not on the internet. Let me say that mom's not on the internet. So like there's a lot of things that she like dad and Andrea and I will put in the group chat about something and I mom doesn't generally say anything about it. I think it's just kind of one of those like, yeah, there's something going on with the internet. And I'm not part of it. And I don't care to be a part of it. But you're kind of getting back onto the internet a little bit
yeah,
with Facebook.
I like the reels, I like the videos, I like Tom the Mime. I think he's hysterical. There's some funny
Is
things.
he
I
the one
rather
at that Waterworld place?
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld?
Yes.
The
Yes.
big one? Is Tom the Mime the big one?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I think he's hysterical, and I like I'm like, if I could just sit all day and just watch videos of him, I think I would, because 'cause they're funny. And
That's
how people people dress like him. People go down there just for him, and I think it's terrific. He has such a great reputation that people are there for him. They even wear shirts.
That's funny. That's definitely your kind of algorithm, would
Absolutely.
be Tom the Mime.
I like laughing and smiling, and I just don't.
You're here for a good time.
Absolutely. Life's already depressing as it is. Let's
Girl,
let's just make it
snaps.
happy.
Let's see. And so after the bowling alley, you went into public education as a para.
Yes, special education.
And then since then, you kind of flip-flop between your current job
Yes.
and then the school.
Yes. I'm still in a form of education with my current job.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, yeah, education still with children and people in general of all ages.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes education almost feels like a customer service job in a way.
Oh, it is. Especially depending on like what point of view in education you are.
Right.
Because like if you're like a professor in college, you're really just dealing with the kids. Like you don't deal with the parents like you do like in regular like elementary through high school. But
Right.
then like with yours, you do after school programs. Um
Yes.
and so you're in the school after school
Yes.
educating children on your current
On
field.
things of what's happening.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm. So all I'm gonna say is my mom's current job is really, really fun, and to get to brag to some of my friends and my new family about like, oh yeah, my mom works
It's not,
here.
just to clarify to some of your listeners, it's not like it's a top secret thing. It's just one of those things I rather not share quite what it is because
Right.
some people might be like, "Oh,"
Some
and see it in a negative
Yeah,
light,
there's a
and
very
so
specific group of people who potentially would say, that's gross. That's disgusting. Like,
yep.
I can't believe your mom does that. Like,
But it's
so
not like horrible or bad in
yeah.
general. Everyone just has a different point of view on many, many things, and
Yes.
so, yeah. But I work, um as an instructor. I'm not technically a licensed teacher. So I get to
You have
go out and
enough experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I
So,
do. And we go out and do different things in the community that are fun with people. So, yes.
yes. Yes. So, do you have can you conjure up any of your favorite childhood memories that you'd like to share? Do you have anything from your childhood that
Oh, wow. I mean, I am 48 and a half years old and I have a lot of memories. I mean,
your brain still works? You can remember all that?
I know. I I mean, it's amazing how I can remember things from a long, long time ago, but I can't tell you what happened last week.
Yeah.
I'm like Dory. I have a short-term memory loss issue,
Mhm.
but I can do the
But you got long term.
I got
You've
long
got
term.
long term.
It's amazing when that happen comes up and your
We'll just
dad looks at me
you just
going,
gotta wait like 5 years, and then you'll remember what happened last week.
absolutely. That that is that is a true thing.
Yeah.
So, um, so when I was a kid, I was in 4-H and I liked lots of things. Even though we lived in a small community, it was about 3,500 people. Um, I wasn't, we didn't live on a farm,
Mhm.
um, or anything. We lived in town, but we had a lot of I had a lot of friends that lived on farms. And so um, so tried to do a, a horse. I wanted to do horses in 4-H
Mhm.
because it's fun. I mean, horses are great.
Were you a
And so,
horse girl growing up?
yes,
Is that where I got it from?
possibly.
Probably.
So we had a family member. Well, they weren't blood. They
You
weren't
have a
blood
family
family,
member.
but I had May and Jim were like grandparents to me growing up, and I absolutely love them. Miss them all the time. But they had horses, and they lent their pasture out to friends who had horses, and there wasn't I can't even think of his name anymore, but he was a beautiful Appaloosa horse that was a friend of theirs that was using their field. And he, so if anyone is familiar with the breed Appaloosa or Appies, they have a short mane and a short tail. Their mane is less. They have less than 5 inches of hair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but they're beautiful.
Mhm.
And yeah, they don't have very much hair on their tail. It doesn't hang like
Mm.
most horses. But they're a beautiful, beautiful breed. Love this horse my entire life. And anyway, I decided we were out at Jim's farm on a beautiful hot day. Kind of maybe could have been like a day like today.
Mhm.
And
Boob sweating.
I mean, well, I was 16.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have nothing
I
then.
I I barely weighed 105 pounds. So at 5'8", I was a stick. And so I went out in shorts and a shirt, and I had these shoes that were just slip-on shoes.
Mhm. Oh, you're not supposed to do that when you're going out with the horses. I know that.
Me too.
Carry on.
Me too. But so I was sitting on the rail, and he came up and he was dirty, and I'm like, all right. So I'm petting the dirt off him, and I'm like, I couldn't get a section of it. So I'm like, as long as you sit here,
Oh, no.
I'll I'll sit on you and I'll just get the dirt off, but you can't move
Oh, no.
because I was already told that I couldn't get on the horses.
Oh, no.
So I
We're still on track. This is a favorite childhood memory,
this
right?
is this is a good childhood memory. This is a great childhood memory. This is my mom even remembers this and she laughs at this. But we went out, and so I'm on him and I'm wiping dirt off of him because I couldn't reach the other side from the fence.
Right.
I mean, it's a thing. And he wasn't going to turn around for me. And so I sat on him and we were doing, and about a couple minutes later, he started moving out into the field, and I'm like, "Oh." So please remember, there's not a saddle, there's not a harness, there's
Bareback
halter, absolutely, and he has a barely a 5
and
inch
no
mane.
mane. Bareback and no mane.
And he decides, well, let's go
Oh.
out further into the field, but I'm not walking.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
I'm going to start jogging a little. Well, I got him turned around so we could head back to the barn, and I'm like, "But you got to slow down." He heads headlong, heading towards the other end of the field,
Oh,
and he's
shit.
as fast as he can in 90-degree weather, which they get hot too.
Ew.
And all I know is we were running straight for a fence that had doors on it, but there was a 10-inch gap and a single wire holding, and he was aiming, holding the two fences together and the gap.
Like barbed wire?
No, just a
Just
single,
wire.
just wire.
Oh my.
And he was aiming towards that 10-inch gap. And all I know is I grabbed my arms around his neck and I'm leaning my head against the side of his neck going, "Stop, stop." And I'm trying not to holler so that no one at the house could hear me
Because you're not supposed to be doing that so you can't get caught doing
because
it.
I didn't want to get in trouble. And all I could see is that single wire, and it was getting closer and closer, and he urged to a stop.
Skirt.
Yep.
Did it
And
throw you off?
no, I was hugging my legs around his body, the whole 9 yard. I probably look like the most funniest skinny little thing hanging onto this big old horse, and he stopped to where we were probably 10 inches from my nose to the wire,
Oh my
to the fence.
gosh.
And I slid off of I was shaky, and I crawled under the wire in between the 10-inch gap, and all of a sudden I hear slam, the door at the house slamming. I'm like,
Oh shit.
just walk it off, nothing happened. I'm trying to think of different scenarios. I was just petting him, that's all it was. And he was the horse was breathing heavy because he was running.
Yeah.
and Jim came running out going, "It's 90. What are you doing? The horse is getting hot." And I'm like, I was just petting him.
Wasn't doing
Even though I
nothing.
had started on the other side of the barn, I'm now halfway on the other side down the field, and
We were just petting.
I was just petting him and getting the dirt off. Yeah. No one could corroborate or tell what I did or didn't do.
It was
So,
just you and that horse, and
I
that horse
mean,
sure ain't saying shit.
and so, yeah, I like it was a good memory. It was a fun memory. I mean, I love that horse, and it was a funny time for me. And being on that horse during that moment, I thought I was the greatest thing until he took off at the speed of light, and then I didn't think I was the coolest thing on wheels anymore.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, one of even my mom likes that story to tell everyone. I mean, I could have been I should have basically my footwear was like flip-flops,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting on a horse with nothing, and we are going.
In
But
the
it was
moment,
great.
you were, like, on top of the world.
Yeah.
And you saw that wire, and you're like, "Aw, shit.
I'm like, "Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Back
We
on
need to
Earth."
stop. We need to stop." And I'm trying to pull back on his entire neck, and he's like, "Mm, no." Probably the horse's favorite moment too,
Oh my god.
because he got to scare the crap out of a human, and he knew it.
Oh my god. Horses are pretty smart.
They are. They're more smarter than we give them animals in general are smarter than we give them credit for.
Yes.
So, yes, that is one of my fun memories. But I know you're interviewing me, but I have a question for you.
Sure.
What is your fun memory you remember being a kid with me?
Oh, mother. Oh,
As a
mother.
kid, not as an adult.
As a kid,
Yeah,
fun memory with my mom? Man,
there's got to be one.
I've even said in my own interview episode about, because I did my first interview episode
Okay.
about trying to think of like a fun childhood memory.
Yeah, but you have lots of memories with lots of people. I mean, this one's specifically with me.
I know, but also at the same time, like a lot of my memory has been blocked out because of the bowling alley. Like,
I gave you trauma.
stop.
Well,
I mean, okay. This was when I was just telling Josh
okay.
because we went to the zoo a couple days ago.
Hmm.
One of my favorite memories that I have is and I think Andrea was there too, but you had got us special backstage passes to the aquarium part, and we got to go up above the aquarium.
Oh, it was membership day.
Yeah.
During membership day, and I don't know if they still do this for membership day, but the zoo, you they did a couple behind the scenes, and one of them was behind the scenes of the
Of the
aquarium.
aquarium, and we got to go up top and go look down in like the shark tunnel and in the jellyfish tube and
Mm-hmm.
all the other things. And I thought that's one memory I had that I think is so cool, and like I still think about it sometimes to this day.
That's cool.
Hmm.
I'm so glad. That's a really cool memory. I tried to make sure that we did the zoo membership day every year because I actually liked going behind the scenes and stuff just to see what the zoo would do every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked it when we went by the one area and there was the toucan there that was in the exhibit. I don't think that toucan is in an exhibit anymore, but they had a toucan and he would fly and you could look through the window and see him.
I don't remember that.
That's okay. I
Sorry.
did. I did. And they would show us about, I guess they would grow they grow little corals and they said that they would have different staff at different areas and they're like, this is where we grow baby coral. I'm
Mm.
like, oh, that's cute.
You know, another one is when we did that Girl Scout trip, I think up to not Valentine, but up there somewhere around North Nebraska. I almost said North Alabama, North Nebraska.
Up by Stanton in Norfolk. We went
Is
and
it? Is that where the drive-in theater was?
yep. And we went and saw the ash falls, the fossil place.
Is that? We
Yeah.
did that?
Yeah. Because then
Oh,
we stayed at they had like a Boy Scout camping area, but they let us stay there, and the thing over flooded, and they had to get the septic tank out the next morning.
oh, I don't remember that,
Oh,
but I remember you made your guacamole there. and
No, that's where I
but
learned the guacamole. The other mom made the
oh,
guacamole.
Shelby's mom?
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about during that trip, we went to the drive-in theater.
Yes.
And do you remember one of the movies we watched at the drive-in theater?
I absolutely don't. I don't remember.
That was the first time that we saw Grown Ups, and it was raining, and we're in the back of the car,
Yep.
and that Canadian guy at the water slide place
With the funny voice.
with the funny voice, but he moved his pecs. And you remember what I said? I said, "Hey, my dad can do that." And you busted out laughing, and everybody was. All the adults, at least. The kids, I don't think, could care less because we're all like, what, like middle schoolers, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, or like
Yeah, sixth grade-ish.
maybe something about like
Yeah.
that. So like, of course, like the other kids don't care, but like all the adults that were in the van with us started laughing and whatnot.
Uh, look, my dad can do that. Oh, dear God. Yep, I remember that.
I remember we used to tell that story a whole bunch back in the day to people.
Well, lots happened between
Mhm.
then and now.
6th grade and now.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this thing. It was literally it was a TikTok and it was a guy and he goes, "Think back to 10 years ago. What were you doing? The kind of person you were, and think about to now. How you've changed and all this and you've grown as a person. And yet here you are, still a little bitch."
It happens. It happens.
Mm. So what is a piece of advice you have for listeners? I
Oh,
mean, because you're here for a good time. So I think this is gonna be
piece
really
of
good.
advice
Mm-hmm.
for listeners.
Mm-hmm. You have had many years of experience in a lot of different things.
I guess I've given lots of advice. It just depends on
What about
the
life advice?
environment, life advice.
Life
Oh,
advice. Just pick any piece out of your pocket.
hmm. Okay. Hmm. Wow. I guess this is one of those when you said, "Hey, do you want to see
Do
the
you
list of the
want them
questions or you
before?
just
Do you
want to?"
want it as they come?
And
Yep.
this was the one I probably should have asked
Well,
for
you put me
ahead
on the
of time.
spot.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Um, Advice to give to people just about anything in general.
You can make it specific
I
if you want.
mean, if you're going to pee, make sure you aim for the hole.
There you
That's
go.
always nice.
That is a very good piece of
That's always
advice.
nice. But do something that makes you happy. There's there's my advice. I mean, if I don't know, out of all my life, everyone's like, "You're always happy." I go, "Because first of all, I make sure what I'm doing makes makes me happy." Every job I've ever had, except for the 9 years at the bowling house. That was a different
That was a
situation.
different situation
But
completely.
everything
Yep.
else I've done, but even it at some point has just
Yeah.
made me happy. I've always done something that made me happy. And I remember my dad's like, "Well, you can't have a job that makes you happy. You have to make money." I'm like, "I can find a job that I could still make money. It might not be a lot of money, but I could
Mhm.
still make money that makes me happy." So every job I've
Make
ever
enough
done,
for a living. You may be able you can afford rent and groceries and
right,
gas.
right.
Mhm.
As long as you can get the bare minimum of what's needed,
Mhm.
anything else
Yep.
is what it is.
You can figure it out.
And just do what makes you happy. Because if you're not happy, then everyone else around you is not happy either. And why you would choose not to make other people
'Cause then
happy also, because I guess it just makes me happy to make people happy.
yeah. And then,
So,
like, what, you work an unhappy job for 30 years and you look back and your last 30 years of life has sucked? I
yeah,
mean, you only get, like, maybe 70 to 80 in America at least.
yeah. I mean, you get what you get out of life. So,
You get in what you put in.
right,
You get out what you put in.
right. So be happy.
Mhm.
If you're not happy, then find something that makes you happy.
Certainly don't be a bitch. I guess unless that makes you happy.
You know, Your dad always said when we dealt with some customers, he's like, "Well, I think the only reason why they come in here, complain, and bitch at is because if they don't, they'll explode."
Oh, jeez.
They they it's
They've gotta let the bitch bomb out.
absolutely.
Oh, jeez. That's hilarious. Okay. So here's one. Here's a good one. This
Okay.
is my favorite question.
Oh, no.
And you haven't gotten to Ava's interview yet either.
No, I've made it to 3/4 of the way through episode 5. I am listening, it just
Yeah, well, I mean, you can only listen at very specific times, like,
right.
So, what is your least favorite salad dressing?
Least favorite.
Yes.
I listened to, what is it, episode 2 or 3, and when you did your own interview on
Oh, shoot,
yourself,
you did
and
listen.
you said your favorite dressing, I thought. I'm like, "Oh."
And then I
And
gave
so
my least
I
favorite.
was and I'm like, so I was actually truly listening to that, and I was contemplating. So you were talking about Dorothy
I
Lynch.
love Dorothy Lynch.
Love Dorothy Lynch, and everyone's like, "What the heck is Dorothy Lynch?"
I know.
If you are not a Nebraskan,
You don't if you
and
know, you
and the
know.
right, and then I've also found out that grocery stores an hour or about 30 to 40 minutes outside of the state
I
of
could
Nebraska are
swear.
in a circumference.
Right.
So Colorado, Kansas, South
Mhm.
Dakota,
Iowa,
Iowa, and
Missouri.
Wyoming, and Missouri. I guess Missouri does touch us a little bit. Yeah, they all sell it too, but
Mhm.
those are the only places you can find Dorothy Lynch,
I was
and it's from St. Paul.
I was
Little old lady in the 60s
yeah.
in St. Paul, Nebraska, which is in the center of the state, made this stuff. And I was reading, somehow I got onto reading an article about it, and they were asked, is it shelf stable? So her husband decided to put it on the roof of the house for a week.
A roof?
Yes.
Outside?
Yes.
What season?
I don't know.
Summer?
Probably summer.
My
I
lord.
don't remember if the article said, but anyway, he put it out for a week, brought it back. He said it had discolored, but it still tasted the same.
Oh, no.
I'm like, "He
That's a
tasted it,
sign.
that's wrong."
I like science experiments, don't get me wrong, but not with my food.
And that was in the '60s.
That was in the 60s. Lord. Well, I guess that's one way to test the shelf life of a
So
food.
so he said it has my stamp approval of having a good shelf life. I'm like,
Great.
"That's
The
wrong.
sun.
Sun will do everything for you."
So what's your least favorite though? Which one like
Oh, blue cheese.
oh,
Gross.
yep. Yep.
Gross.
For you. I love blue cheese.
You are your father's child. That's
Yes.
just disgusting.
Oh my gosh, I've got it. I figured Buffalo Wild Wings has a buffalo blue cheese sauce right now.
Mhm.
They mix buffalo and blue cheese and they toss the wings in it.
Your dad likes chunky blue cheese,
Oh,
and so
yeah.
you know how hard it is to find in the stores the
Chunky
chunky
blue
blue cheese
cheese.
that he is happy with because he's specific
Mhm.
about his blue
Well,
cheese?
it's hard to find Runny Ranch. Can't
Isn't
find no Runny Ranch.
isn't ranch always runny?
No, the buttermilk is thicker.
Hmm.
And then like Hidden Valley, that's thick ranch.
Is it?
Runza Ranch is Runny Ranch.
Oh.
Where you can it doesn't where when you tip it over it doesn't come out in a blob.
Mhm.
It runs more liquidy.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you know one I also don't like, I'm not a fan of? So honey mustard. Never been my favorite, except when we owned the bowling alley.
That bowling alley honey mustard.
Mustard was
Oh
the
my
best. It was
gosh.
this globule gelatinous
Oh, probably the
stuff,
worst, cheapest thing dad could get.
but it had the best taste.
It
It's
was
the
so good.
only honey mustard I
You
will
know,
try. Until then, everything else is disgusting.
I have I have been to enough restaurants that I like Wendy's is more like mustard. Some honey mustards are more honey and some are more mustard.
Right, and I'm not a mustard fan.
Yeah, you're not a mustard fan, but some
No.
of the honey mustards out there are too honey, in my opinion. I don't
Really?
yeah, I don't
Oh,
like a sweet honey
well,
mustard.
if you can get tiny samples, send it
But
to me.
also it depends on like what food you're eating it with.
That's true.
Like chicken strips or on a salad or just
I think
fries.
chicken strips is the only way to do honey mustard.
I feel like that's the most,
That or
like,
gizzards, but I've switched over to I like
ranch.
gizzards with, Dorothy Lynch. Because I'm lactose sensitive,
Oh,
I can't have a lot of milk products, so I've switched over to a lot of things. Either I found a lactose-free, sour cream or, I've done,
lactose sour cream.
yeah, a company called Green Valley.
Green Valley?
Yeah,
Mm.
they only go to, like, nutritional type stores, so Whole Foods sells them here and
Oh, the
sells them in Omaha,
expansive grocery
and so I have to
store.
travel and, hey, if I get to eat sour cream on my nachos, I'm not complaining if I have to
True,
pay a little extra.
true.
So,
Well, on that,
yes.
we should take a break and go eat some lunch.
Hey, your dad made brats,
Ooh,
and I
yum.
think some little weenies wrapped in, bacon.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm a bitch for some bacon.
yeah.
I'll jump in an unmarked van for some bacon. Unmarked
I
van.
I will I will jump in front of anything for some, bacon.
God. So we're gonna take a break and then we will come back and we will finish this. And we're back. We took a nice little lunch break. That was good.
It was a nice break. I like that your sister was there, everyone's there. This is something we haven't had in
Yeah.
quite a while. It's nice to have, you and your sister together again. It makes me happy in my heart. You have no clue how happy I've been all week having family meals with you and Josh, and when Kristana can come, or excuse me, when Andrea. Wow, I am forgetting my name of my children again, which is a normal thing. When Andrea is able to come, also, it makes me happy, and your dad has been very happy also.
Oh,
So he loves cooking for you guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to try and come up here like once a year, like when I need to come pick up Ava.
Uh huh.
I'd like to try and make that like an annual thing,
Terrific.
because then I definitely will not be getting stuck in snow in Kansas City
So
if I
you're
come up during the summer.
so Christmas and Thanksgiving is out then?
Yeah, no. If we're seeing each other for Christmas or Thanksgiving, you're coming to my house.
You know, that is the number one thing, everyone keeps asking, like, "Why isn't she just moving back home?" And I'm like, "Well, she's an adult. She doesn't have to come back home." And I said, "She doesn't like snow." And they're like, "Oh, well, that's okay. She can still come back." I'm like, she is quite fine where she is, and she's happy, and that's my important for you is that you are happy."
She can just learn to get over the snow again,
I
you
know.
know?
That's
Which,
about
like,
what a lot of people are trying to say without being rude about it.
I feel like such a bitch because I have gotten used to no snow. Like, I acclimated to no snow very fast, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So the one time I get caught up in snow, I was freaking out.
Yes, you did.
And, like, I've never been caught up in snow before either, so, like, if I wouldn't have got stuck, I think I would have been, like, fine and it wouldn't be that big of a deal and I'd be willing to make the trip again, but I'm like,
Right.
"No." This one experience just, like, ruined it for the rest of the time.
One and done. That's all you need some
Yeah.
days.
Mm. I had such bad anxieties with driving, but maybe we can talk about that later.
Yeah, yeah. What are these other cool questions you think you wanna ask
Oh,
me?
I don't know if they're cool, but,
I
um,
mean, you asked me my favorite salad dressing. Isn't that a cool question?
yeah, sure. What was life like either growing up or how is life going currently?
I mean, life is life. It is what it is, I guess. I'm happy. There's always highs and lows and then just flatline.
Yeah, and this question's kinda different for everyone because, you know, you're, um, maybe a little older than middle-aged adult.
Yeah.
You know, like, you've been adulting for a while, where, like, for someone who's still in college, like, life is weird, life is crazy, like, you've
Yes.
just gotten onto your own freedoms and stuff, and so, like, you're exploring different boundaries and stuff and learning different, like,
Don't you
adulting skills,
Yeah.
and you've already, like you've got it in the bag, like, you know how to adult.
For the most part, if you call what I do adulting, yes, then
Yeah.
it's you wake up, you eat breakfast, you go to work, you go home, you go to sleep, and you do it all over again.
Yep, just working to die.
Your daughter is very funny, so Ava was like, "I wanna be an adult." And you know what? All kids are like that. I
Yes.
can't wait to grow up because then I get to stay up whenever I want.
Yeah, because I get to do whatever I want.
And
I don't
I
have to
said
listen to my mom or my dad.
and I said, "Well, yeah, but because we were watching something and it said old people go to bed and if you're younger, you stay up all night." So I told her, I said, "See, if you hurry up and grow up, you only get a small amount of time to where you get to stay up late, and then when you're my age, you go to bed early."
Girl, 9 o'clock is my bedtime.
Oh, after I try to make it after the weather, so 10:15. I know.
I go lay down. Like, I'm like, okay, technically 9 o'clock isn't my bedtime. Technically, it is like 10. Like, 9 o'clock is when I'm like, ugh, it's getting late. I better make sure that I'm getting the house closed up, things picked up, put
Time to
away.
stretch out in your bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get the house closed up, I close the kitchen for the night, and I make sure, like, try my best, make sure the coffee table is cleared off, make sure all the doors are locked, the windows are closed, and then I go get in my pajamas, and then I go lay down and I play solitaire.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm an old person. Solitaire is an old person's game. I was playing bingo for a while.
Well, dang, if solitaire's an old person's game, then I've been old since 9 years old.
I remember you used to play solitaire on the laptop at the bowling alley.
Uh-huh. I as a kid, I okay, so can I tell another cool memory?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so growing up in the Midwest, central part of Nebraska in the 80s, they had card parties. So I remember euchre was the party or pitch was the card choices, and everyone would get together to someone's house, and all the adults, there'd be like 4 or 5 tables, and you'd rotate tables depending on how
Oh,
your
wow.
hand went, and that's how I remember growing up, and I remember going to these parties, and then when I got a certain age, I, like, wanted to be the little hostess, so depending on so if my mom and dad were hosting or if May and Jim were even hosting, they would let me be the one to go around and basically waitress all the tables and that was my thing, that's what I liked to do, and then when I got to be, I think in high school, they started teaching me pitch, and then so I got to sit at the tables. I got to be the big girl, sit at the big kid tables, which was terrific, and so that's what my life was raised was I remember those parties, during the winter times when it was cold out, so pitch and euchre parties. Cards was something that we played a lot, growing up.
Hmm. Yeah, the only cards I remember growing up is just Thursday night men's league cards.
Oh, yeah.
The cards that we weren't allowed to look at because it was naked people on it,
Yeah.
but I still snuck a few peeks.
Yeah, well, you can't help it. They were playing, poker
Mhm.
with those cards,
They
yeah.
played poker with the naked ladies and the naked men. I'm talking there was naked naked. I'm talking that was like,
Some of them were doing poses that
yep,
were definitely
poses and acts.
yes, that was where we learned from one person because you, so you saw someone's shirt, it was a stick figure, and, it was a stick figure, I'm trying to think it had, pants on, and it basically the pants were tinted,
Oh no.
and it said, "He's happy to see you,"
Oh my
and
god.
somewhere there was a heart or something on this stick figure, I can't remember where, but she brought you up to us and said, "Kristana, tell me what you see on this shirt." And we're like, and she goes, "Well, what do you think it says, Kristana?" And you said, "He's happy to see you with all of his heart."
Oh my god.
I don't know how old you were, because when we bought the bowling alley, you were 7. So you had to be somewhere between the ages of 7 and 9 when this happened.
That sounds like that age.
So that's where we adopted the phrase, "What do you think?" whenever you asked, "What's this?"
Oh my
What do you
gosh.
think?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're already doing with Ava too, is like she'll say some random shit and we'll just be like, "And what? And what? Like just say it again. Just say what you said again. What does this mean? Or how do you say this?" Yeah.
All right, next question. What do we got, girl?
Ooh, this one's gonna get a little deep, maybe.
Well, we could skip and go to the next one.
Okay, sure. What is your favorite holiday, and do you have any favorite traditions?
Ooh, well, I am December born. I love Christmas.
Mm,
I love it for what the for the represent bleh, excuse me, for the representation of what Christmas is.
for the Jesus representation?
Well, there's a lot of different representations
Mhm.
and probably there's different types of religious representations which very much so are cool. And in some different religions, I yeah, because I try to be open-minded um about other people's other views, the whole 9 yards. I think it's cool. I think all the different ethnic groups and heritages that we all come from and all our different things that we do. I'm a nerd for all of that. I love to sit and listen to all of that. So yes, the religious aspect, but also the aspect of what I guess Santa Claus was trying to be supposed to be, which is the giving aspect, which I was trying to always teach you guys. Christmas can be a year-round thing. Always, always give and
Mm,
don't always receive.
mhm.
So,
Oh, shit. Don't always receive.
well, I like receiving as much as the next person. Um, but yeah, I always like Christmas.
Yeah.
Hey, if you were born in the '80s, you remember the Claymations, Christmas, show. If you've seen that, is the greatest thing ever. I waited every year just to see the, California raisins dressed up in Santa hats.
You're old.
Thank you.
The California raisins. One little fun fact that I learned was that, Santa was not originally wearing red and white and did not originally have, like, the jolly,
Mhm,
that he was originally, like, generally green wearing clothes,
mhm.
but it
Yeah,
wasn't like the red coat with the white, that only happened when Coca-Cola started making their commercials with him and they put him in Coke Red, and then that's how he got stuck with that, and that happened, I don't know,
still a while ago. Quite a while
I
ago.
don't wanna say the 1940s or 30s, I wanna say it was, like, the late 1800s,
Yes. It was yeah.
but it was a good while ago, but I I had never known until I heard that he was not originally a a red suit wearing man.
And depending on where around the world
Oh,
was
culturally,
yeah, he
definitely.
wore different things, um, which I think some of the representation of him of Saint Nicholas and stuff,
Mhm.
his outfits are pretty darn cool.
They do get pretty
They're
cool.
pretty elaborate.
Mhm.
So,
Also, there's the different adaptations of Santa, like, like over in, like, Sweden, it's not a single Santa figure. It is, like, 12, like, gnomes, but not gnomes, like, it's, like, 12 Christmas beings.
who has the Krampus?
Krampus is generally Germany.
Okay, of course they would have scary, ugly Santas.
Look! So one of the podcasts I listened to, she was born in Ohio,
Mhm,
but her parents are originally from Germany.
mhm,
So, like, though she went to an English speaking school and learned English, English is not her first language, it's her second language, but she speaks it just fine.
uh-huh,
But she was like, "Oh, yeah," like, she grew up with all these, like, German stories, and, she's like so, like, listening to, like, the Americanized version of these German stories, it's crazy because the German stories are meant to scare the kids to keep them safe. It's meant to be, like, a legitimate, like, keep you safe life lesson,
mhm.
and she goes, "But then America comes in and takes these stories, these little, like, folklore stories, and Americanizes it and makes it dinky and fun, and that's not the point." What's also kind of fun, a
Oh,
little
you know us
I
Americans.
know,
We just change
right? I
everything.
know. She said Americanized it, and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like us." But there's this song, oh, who is it? Who do we have? I don't think we have GE, but lately, um, whoever is one of the big brands in the washing machine and dryer business,
Okay.
their new their they have okay, so we know grandma's grandma Susan's song, like when the washer's done and the dryer's
Uh-huh.
done, it's just like little fairy kind of song.
Uh-huh.
Well, they have now done a different song,
Okay.
and it's a little tune, and it's all dinky fairy sounding nice,
Uh-huh.
and someone, but it's ridiculously long.
Uh-huh.
I'll let you listen to it later.
Oh, perfect.
Actually, I'll probably just sing it to you later
Oh,
because I
we
have
can.
it remembered by heart.
Oh, terrific. Even better.
But someone was like, "What is this song? Why did they choose it? Like what is it?" And they did a little bit of research and they figured out it's a song from Germany and it's warning young women to not just go off on their own with a young guy who is like, "Hey, you're hot. Come with me for the day." Cuz he takes them fishing. Well, he says, "Hey, let's go down the river. Let's go fishing."
Okay.
Except that's not his actual intention is to go fishing. It's either to murder them or it's to rape them.
Oh, well, that sounds horrible. And now we made it a washing machine tune.
Yes.
Awesome.
So
That is just
don't go
terrific.
fishing with the boys, ladies. Don't go fishing with the boys.
Unless you have a really good hook that'll hurt.
Huh.
Anyway, that was probably bad. Okay. Next question. What do we got?
Okay. This one's kind of silly.
Join the
But I
family.
think actually I picked this question for you specifically. Like
Oh, terrific.
when I made my questionnaire, I was like, you know what? When I get around to my mom, I want to make sure I have this, and then I've just asked everybody.
Okay. What do we got?
Okay, it's a two-part question.
All right. Part one.
Part one, Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Serious? Dear God. Serious?
Dead ass.
Ugh. Jacob.
Really?
Serious?
Why?
Serious?
Well, I'm Team Edward. For a hot minute, I was Team
Well,
Jacob.
you are pasty white just like them. I
Yep.
mean, you blend in.
Mhm.
You just don't sparkle all that much.
Mm-mm.
You
I reflect the light.
you turn splotchy.
Splotchy. Red splotchy.
So, because he turns into a werewolf.
Oh, because the wolf. Yeah, that's why I liked him
Yeah.
for a hot minute.
I mean, that's I read the adult supernatural romances where the the guys turn into the weird creatures,
Yeah.
animals, wolves are. So yeah. Yeah.
The second part, Team Charlie, Bella's dad, or Team Carlisle, Edward's dad?
What?
Because now we're
When did
older.
that start being
Girl,
oh,
dad bods and dads are it. I think a lot of people in my generation have daddy issues.
that's disturbing.
But
I'm
Team
gonna be waking
Dr.
up in the middle. I'm
Carlisle
gonna be waking up in the middle of the night
or
having you think about that. I have daddy issues.
don't say that.
That's just wrong.
Dr. Carlisle or Sheriff Charlie?
Mm, I guess Dr. Carlisle.
Yes.
I'm
I can't get
Her dad
behind.
is weird.
I don't think he's weird. I just can't get behind the mustache. He's too rugged for me. He's a he's a rugged man. He
The
doesn't.
Tom Selleck pedophile mustache. Just can't do that.
No, but apparently you could
No.
back in the day
Oh,
when you
dad's
met Dad.
mustache. Yeah, I even just showed you a couple of dad's
You're like,
pictures.
yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it either. That's not what 27 years ago you said. No, he's just he is kind of his character at least. I don't know if that's how he is in real life, but his character at least is kind of just a little like we see why Bella is the way that she is.
She lived with her mom most of the time because they got divorced.
Well, yeah, but there's still like some genetics, like how she's
Well,
just
I don't know. She's
she's
just weird, I think.
she is weird. Bella's
But if
weird.
that's what the lady wrote in the book, I guess that's just how it is. All right, next question. That was a two-part question. Did I answer them both right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Um, So I will leave this one as an open-ended as our last question. Is
Ooh.
there any interests or hobbies that you have? And I say this one to you specifically because I know in me growing up, in my childhood, you how in hindsight, how I see it, you were not really allowed to have really any hobbies or interests because the bowling alley came first.
Right.
Like, you had to go and you had to manage it and you had to work it and you come home and you sleep and you wake up and you do it all over again.
Mhm.
So you didn't really have time to pursue any of that. And so now that you have had potentially time to do that, do you have any is there any old ones that you had before the bowling alley that you're able to bring back and do again? Are there new ones that you've started to pursue?
Oh, I like that. Um, I like reading.
You have a nice
I've always
ass
liked
read.
reading. Reading is my thing. Reading is good. Reading is where you could just go off and not think about the real world and just it's like it's a movie and a book.
Yeah,
And then you have to create that movie in your head
yeah.
as you're reading it.
I wish I would prioritize reading more in my life. I haven't picked up a book since high school.
I mean, that's how I sleep at night. So,
Yeah, I have solitaire.
well,
Technology and from in my generation and in myself,
you are old.
I am, but it's so much more prevalent because we've grown up with it and you guys didn't.
Right.
So for you, you're not attached. It's just in your pocket.
I mean, even for most of half of your youth, you didn't have
No,
it didn't come in
granted,
until middle school.
but it was still young enough. Though I did not really personally well, I had a DS, but, like, all my friends had cell phones, you know?
Yeah, you didn't get yours until sophomore year when you were 16.
Right.
That was
Though
the rule.
personally, I did not have very much technology. Technology was still around us.
Yeah.
You know, like, grandma and grandpa still
Okay.
had a tablet, schools had everyone had their own personal computer in school, even though for me, it was the computer cart, so but when it was time to, like, "Oh, we're gonna get the laptops in classroom today," and everyone gets their own laptop, and, "Oh, if you need to check out a laptop, you can."
Yeah, but that wasn't until middle school, or was it 5th grade? Was it Arbor Park, 3rd through 5th grade, or was it older?
We had individual laptops that we got to use during class in Arbor Park, and
Okay.
then, like, we started having computer classes and computer science when I was at South.
Oh, so younger elementary.
Yeah, like,
'Cause
we
South was K through 2.
yeah, for me, South was K through 2, and we'd still go into the computer lab and mess around on,
Okay,
like, the
so
earliest versions of, like, Photoshop.
good God,
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Oh, but it was a extremely early it was it was more like Paint. It wasn't Photoshop, it was like
Yeah.
Paint. So we just got to mess around and, like, draw stupid shit on paper and whatever. But, like, technology has always been around me, and now that I'm an adult and I have free will, like, it's so much more prevalent,
Yeah.
unfortunately. I wish I'd get back into reading. Josh and I both wanna get back into reading. Did you see we have a whole bunch of books in the dining room?
Yeah, the shelf by the table.
Mhm, we got Aunt
Yes.
Christie's,
Next to the
the
credenza.
credenza
The credenza.
in the dining room that's next to the foyer.
Next to the foyer. Not the foyer, the foyer. If you're going to say it right.
Do you have any other interests?
Um, Dad and I are starting to get more into gardening and stuff and plants, and we've always had nowadays it's not more individual as much as it's a couple thing. Your dad and I are doing more things together.
Mhm.
We still like doing antiquing and stuff, and we got tons of old stuff besides your dad lying around. Um, and we have the car. We have a 1979 Triumph Spitfire, that we haven't got out yet because he's gotta do a little tweaking on it, but, we tweaked together because your dad's like, "I
Don't
don't
say
want."
that, mom. You and dad don't tweak together. Don't say that.
You could do anything at any age, dear.
Don't your new interest and hobby is not drugs. You're not getting into that.
We've been tweaking since the '70s. I've known that phrase since I was little, but anyone who's a car nerd understands what I was saying. You might have car nerds that listen to this.
Maybe.
They might have hobbies too outside of carburetors.
Carburetors.
Yes.
that the thing that gets stolen? The copper and
No, it's something else. It's the underneathy part.
the car people, the underneathy part.
If I could kick you, girl, I would. You smart aleck. So, but yeah, and plants and we just do couple things now that we're both interested. Um, as you know, Dad's into NASCAR and they go to
Yeah.
Talladega in the fall. He's been going for the last 6 years.
Mhm. Maybe you should go with him this year, but instead of going to Talladega, you just come to my house
Uh,
for a week.
you come pick.
Just yeah, just drop. I'll come pick you up at the Buc-ee's in Athens, because I always go to Buc-ee's in Athens. That's one of their stops now.
Is it?
Yeah,
Dear God,
I'll come pick you up.
Bucky's. That's
You just come spend a week with me.
um no, because as much as I think that's terrific, I love having a week by myself.
Oh,
Just
girl,
me, because that's my time, and I'm really loving that. I've not given that up. I love you, but
I
I feel
love
that
my
I am
alone
more
time.
important than you.
That's fine. Look, I've not had Ava all summer, and as though it's weird to
Mhm,
get that time away from my child,
mhm,
it's still very nice. It's quiet, the
absolutely.
house stays cleaner. I don't have to make as much food,
Mhm.
and I can do more not quite intricate meals, but meals that she probably wouldn't like. I can explore. Is that something you and Dad have been doing? Have you gotten to explore different cuisines and food
We're trying to
options?
get more into different stuff, different food things and stuff, and especially when we go out. We went Mother's Day.
Mhm.
We went to Kansas City to the NASCAR races, and I had some of my coworkers are like, "Oh, you have to try a certain barbecue, and there's the crepe place. You have to go to the crepe place." And
Oh,
oh, and so we didn't get to the crepe place, but then yeah, but it was fun. And I'm like, God, we got it. Kansas City is what, 2.5 hours away, maybe three tops. And we've never really explored. I wanna explore Kansas City, but I don't wanna do
yes.
it without him, but I wanna do it without him, but I don't wanna do it
Yeah.
without him.
I wanna do it with a person at least, because then it's I
Sharing the moment with someone
yeah,
while you have the moment is more meaningful for, people
yeah.
than
I
individually doing
also
it.
only have to use half the brain power. Like, someone else could see something that I miss.
Mhm,
You have double pairs of eyes, two brains. Someone can drive while someone looks, or vice versa.
mhm,
You know, and it's also interesting, I think, when you have someone who's extroverted and someone who's introverted, because then it's also like the extroverted person doesn't mind asking the waiter, like, "Hey, like, we're thinking of doing this. What do you have to suggest?" Because like people who
mhm,
tend to say themselves will be like, "I'll just Google it, maybe we'll just Uber Eats it
mhm.
to the hotel or something."
Yes.
I love going out and experience downtown nightlife, just to
Yes.
walk around. I love big city
Yes.
downtowns,
Yes. It's fun that way.
as long as they're safe places. Like St. Louis,
Yes.
no.
Oh, no, I thought we went to the zoo there, and I thought it was great.
During the day, downtown St. Louis at night,
Scary?
bad.
Oh,
St. Louis has one of the highest
crime rates?
crime rates.
Oh, intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like you said, things happen past a certain time at night,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it ain't the house things.
No, not those things.
Hmm. Well, I've had fun talking with you, but we should probably wrap this up.
It's a great
It's a
conversation.
terrific conversation.
Thank you so much for doing this with me, Mom.
I'm so glad you're home. Thank you for wanting to do it. When I told you, or told you, I guess, when I asked you if you wanted me to do this and you got so excited, I thought you were going to scream through your
I
house.
almost peed my pants.
Ooh, that's excitement right there.
And now I'm
That's
almost
like
about
a
to poop
comp.
my pants.
Ooh, that's exciting too. That's a compliment right there when body functions happen for you.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Mom, for participating.
Yes, yes, you're welcome. This
Yeah.
has been fun.
So we will catch you guys next time. Bye.